Hey everybody, welcome back to 13 Rings, an NFC East podcast. I'm your host, Lucas, with Mal, Maurice, and Earl. And guys, we are recording after Week 15. A lot of big stuff going on in the NFL. Former Commanders quarterback Kirk Cousins now benched for another rookie quarterback. And just so many other things going on in the NFL. But before we get into the NFC East, you guys surviving the week before Christmas?
You could say that.
As best I can.
Yeah. No, I feel you guys. I am exhausted.
You still got to get in the holiday spirit, though, right?
I already got my holiday spirit up. I got all my decorations up and everything. Don't worry about that.
Right.
But
Tis the
you know,
season.
tis the season.
To be jolly.
Tis the season for most teams in this division to win. So let's go over our preseason predictions for Week 15. We all had the Cowboys winning in Week 15. And Earl, you all did it. Congratulations. You beat the Carolina Panthers. And then Giants, we all had an L on that one, Mal. And nothing changed that one. I'm sorry. You're muted.
Expected.
You're disrespect. You chose them to lose.
No. I said expected.
Oh, expected. I thought you said disrespected. I was like, wait a second, what? Anyway.
Oh, no.
Commanders. Weirdly, we all had them losing to the Saints. I'm surprised I even had them losing, but we didn't, so that's good. I'm happy with that. That's for sure. We also clinched our first winning season since 2016 too, so I was very happy about that.
Yay!
We did something good! Hooray! And then we all had the Eagles winning. What is that noise, Earl?
Crickets.
Oh my gosh. Okay. And then the Eagles, we all had winning. It was an all or nothing week for us this week in Week 15. And most of us came out correct. So, that being said, I believe our first game of the week is none other than the Commanders and Saints. So, let me just get into this real quick. So, a few things happened in this game. First off, we finally got him. We finally got to see Marshawn Lattimore make his debut. And I just want to say, it's really nice to have a shutdown corner. They didn't even throw to him once in that game. That side of the field was completely shut down. Love it.
Did they have a quarterback?
I mean, they had Spencer Rattler. Draft him.
Did he play?
He played in the second half. I'm getting there, though. So, anyway, we won 20-19. Here's what's basically, we were up, I believe, like 14-0 or 14-3 by the end of halftime. And look, it was 14-0. So we only scored 6 points. They had 19 points in the second half. A few things changed in the first half. Because first off, that guy, that running back there, that quarterback, Jake Haener, should never start another game in the NFL. He is just not it. He threw one interception that Mikey Sanders still got, but honestly, he could have thrown 3. Okay. So Spencer Rattler played pretty well. He had a touchdown. They did a trick play where Cedric Wilson got Alvin Kamara on a touchdown, wide receiver throw. Look, Jaden Daniels played solid, 25 of 31, 226 yards, 2 touchdowns. But look, we almost got beat by Spencer Rattler. And I mean, granted, the refs certainly helped him. Because I don't know if you guys saw it, but at the end of the game, they got a catch near the goal line, but they stopped the clock for 3 seconds. They're not supposed to stop.
I don't know if that's the referee or whoever.
That was the referee. That was the line judge.
Oh, he stopped the clock.
Yeah,
that was very suspicious. I'll say that.
Yeah, it was suspicious. And if they didn't stop the clock, they wouldn't have had time to spike it. Like, it just wouldn't have, it wouldn't have happened. So the play the touchdown would have never happened because they would have ran out of time. And luckily, it didn't change the outcome, or even I think Pat McAfee said not even the betting outcome, so that's good there, I guess. But like at the end of the day, look, it's suspicious to say the least. And it was a non-reviewable thing either, so which I think is just ridiculous. But look, we won at the end of the day. That's the important part. You know, Marshawn Lattimore looked great. Our defense did falter at times, though, in the second half because they were acting like they weren't ready for Spencer Rattler to come out. And then our offense kind of stalled. Terry and Jaden missed two really great deep balls that would have been touchdowns both times. That's not good, but outside of that, they have great chemistry. Terry McLaurin's one touchdown away now from tying the Commander/Redskins, single season record for touchdown catches by wide receiver in a single season, and 2 away from breaking the record. So that's just fantastic for Terry. Very happy. He's very close to another 1,000 yards receiving season. And we also signed KJ Osborne, who granted has not been good at all for this year for the Patriots, but maybe it was a system thing. We'll see. We claimed him off of waivers. He'll probably play next week. And for the meantime, Terry was able to carry the load. Granted, we need to have more threats now that Noah Brown is out for the season. It seems like with a kidney injury. That's why they claimed KJ Osborne to begin with. That's not great. But look, one of the things that I think is going underrated here is that they used Luke McCaffrey in kickoff returns. Because it's hard to get him the ball otherwise. And I think he played pretty well, all things considered. I like what I saw from him in kickoff returns. I kind of thought that he would be a punter kickoff returner at some point. So I'm glad to see that. I don't like that we kind of took our foot off the gas on both sides of the ball in the second half. I get it. Luckily, it didn't come back and bite us. But at the end of the day, we should have blown out that team. And there was just a few miscues on both sides of the ball that just didn't bring it there. So, we are still a young team. We still need to learn how to close it out on the road because we can do it at home. We need to do it on the road now consistently. So we will see what happens. But that's all that I have to say about this. Any thoughts on your guys' end?
Just got one question. Is Ekeler out for the season or is he coming back?
I believe he's out for the season. I would not expect him to come back. Or if he does, it wouldn't be until at least the playoffs.
Well, we'll talk about it at the end, but not a great sign going into your next biggest game of the season.
Yeah, for sure. I'm not a big fan of that either. Look, it's not a great look. Absolutely not. I don't disagree there. You would like to be able to beat the teams that you should be, not only just beat them, but beat them, impressively, and that didn't happen there. So we'll see. But any thoughts, Earl, on your end?
Yeah, I think Maurice kind of took my point there, where I know that no matter what a team is, especially with their record, you never want to take your foot off the gas, which means you're looking down on your opponent, not taking them seriously. That was too close for call for the Washington team for how they were dominating most of the game and then just collapsed in the second half. Y'all are very fortunate they didn't connect on that 2-point conversion, to be honest with you. And going into the postseason where you got 3 more games to go. And if y'all don't clean up or clear up anything that can really give y'all some momentum going into this postseason, y'all are cooked in the first round. That's pretty much all I got to say.
Look, you're right. We are a young team that still is learning how to close things out. We're still trying to do a lot of different stuff. Look, I don't expect us to get us all figured out. If we get into the postseason, look, we're working with house money. I mean, am I hoping to lose in the first round? No, but as long as we don't just fold over, I can live with the results. But that's that.
Okay, who's the player of the game?
Oh, the player of the game. Oh, that's a tough one.
I think it should be Terry McLaurin.
Terry's Terry's probably going to be it's a tie between Terry and Mikey Sam. Actually, no. You know what? If you can shut down the whole entire side of a field without a guy even passing once to your side of the field, it's you. So Marshawn Lattimore. Yeah, it's Lattimore.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say he really didn't have time to throw his way. To be honest with you, anyway.
Well, I mean, Spencer did, but yeah, no. Also, we were missing Tyler Biage, who was out who was out sick. Our offensive line definitely missed him.
Next man up.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he didn't play terribly, but Jaden got sacked 8 times. He was running for his life.
Welcome to the NFL.
Welcome to the NFL. Fair enough. So before we go to you, Mal, do you have any thoughts?
No. I was just gonna say that good win on a close game there. That's kind of what you needed for the playoff push. So we'll see what happens in the next coming weeks. Only
Fair
3
enough.
left.
Fair enough. And we're going to talk about your Giants now, or your Ravens. Who are you claiming for this game?
Well, for the sake of the podcast, the Giants, but I'm glad the Ravens won. But I'll get into it. So, one thing, I'm going to speak for all Giants fans real quick, guys. In the words of Stephen A. Smith, we do not care. We literally do not care anymore. I don't think I've seen this fan base just not care. But, we really don't care. We got, the bags over the head. We had another plane at MetLife this week. So things are not good in Giants land. The plane literally said, "Mr. Mara, we will not stop until you fire everyone," which I think it's hilarious. So whoever paid for the plane, kudos. Still don't know who paid for the plane.
Do you think everybody should get fired?
I mean, honestly, man, I really don't care anymore. It's not working. Nothing's working. Honestly, John Mara should fire himself. That's a whole other different story. That's never going to happen. Nothing's going to... Go ahead, Maurice.
I was going to ask you, who's next in line?
I don't even know. I literally don't even know. I don't even know who it would be. Because who wants to come to the Giants? We got whatever. Like I said, it's been the same song and dance for the past 12 years. It's exhausting. I don't know how Mara and Tish aren't embarrassed, but let's just start by saying that the Giants are about to go defeated at home. I think it's going to be 0-9. I think that's the first time in NFL history, so that's exciting. Woo! Great for the Giants season ticket holders. I'm sure you guys are loving spending all that money. Don't even get to see a win. So the Giants lost to the Ravens 35-14. Lamar had a Jackson 5, which I fully expected. I'm shocked it wasn't more, but I'll take it. Ravens helped us support our tank job because Lord knows we need all the help in the world. So basically during the game, Tommy DeVito started, but at halftime was ruled out with a concussion. Drew Lock was unavailable due to a heel injury, so Tim Boyle stepped in. And lo and behold, Tim Boyle scored our first touchdown since I think it was week 5 or 6, so that's exciting.
You might need to start Tim Boyle moving forward. At least he's willing to take risks.
Yeah, that's exciting. So that was a Malik Neighbors garbage time touchdown, but we take it. Devin Singletary had a touchdown as well. I honestly was pretty close to predicting the score. I think I predicted 40-14, and it wound up being 35-14, so hats off to me. I kind of know how that was going to go. And I said that one touchdown was going to be, during regular time and the other one would be during garbage time. So nice. Good job, Giants. You literally exceeded my expectations as usual. So that moves the Giants to 2-12 this season. Defense really didn't do much. Brian Burns had a sack. Dane Belton had a sack, but Dane Belton was getting absolutely cooked. And I'm going to do something different for the player of the game, guys. So it's not actually a Giant. It's a Raven for this one. Rashad Bateman. I'm giving him player of the game.
Ooh.
He had 2 touchdowns, and he was absolutely cooking us. And you know how bad of a team you have to be to let Rashad Bateman cook you nowadays?
He was a former first round
but
pick.
He's been struggling for the past few seasons. And he totally just broke out this game, against us. And honestly, I'm glad for him because that Ravens fan base gives him a lot of flack. But I'm giving him player of the game. He did really well against us. And honestly, I was shocked, but Adoree Jackson was our highest graded defender this game, and he did have a pretty solid performance. So I wanted to give a shout out to him because there's not a lot of positives on the Giants team right now, so you kind of got to take them where you can get them. And we're at that point now where we're tanking guys, so we kind of just got to see what we have left. And Adoree', we signed him for a 1-year deal this year. I wouldn't be mad bringing him back next year. Some solid depth. I mean, he's performed better than Deonte Banks, so what's the harm?
Okay.
Yeah, but I don't really know if I have anything else. I mean, Malik Neighbors had a touchdown, which was really great. Him and Tyrone Tracy are on the verge of becoming the third duo ever to both have 1,000+ yards from scrimmage as rookies. So that's pretty exciting. We have a pretty nice young core to build off of. It's just a matter of who's going to be building it. Will it be Joe Schoen? Will it be a new GM? Nobody knows. Mara hasn't made any moves at this point, but Giants fans are pretty exhausted. I'm pretty exhausted. And like I said, guys, it's just another week, another loss. I think this is the 10th straight or the 9th straight. I'm running out of weeks to really have anything positive to say. So I'll leave the floor to you guys.
You know, you got to be pretty rough place there where you're giving the player of the game to the other team. Look, Tank, what is it? Tank for Shedeur. Look, I saw a video. I will just say this. I saw a video where Shedeur was asking for a pair of sneakers in Giants colors. He says you got to get them in red, white, blue, and red.
Yeah, and I mean, listen, him and Malik Neighbors were having a catch together at the Heisman, the Heisman Award in New York City. So, but in the end, whatever pick we get, I know if the Raiders get first pick, they're going to take him. But I'm totally fine with Cam Ward too. It doesn't really matter to me. We just need a quarterback who can come in here and kind of change the dynamic of this team because we have no identity right now. But we knew we weren't going to when, we gave up in week 8 or 9 when we released Daniel Jones. We knew that we didn't have any identity with him either. So I don't care. At this point, we'll see what happens. It's the same song and dance. And I'm honestly nervous at this point that they won't even make the right move. So it doesn't matter. I'm having a hard time having hope. I think this is the most defeated I've ever been, guys. I think this might be the worst season I've ever seen.
Well, the positive is I think you're going to be better next season. Hopefully you have a culture change.
Yeah.
You have a culture change. Hopefully the house gets clean from the top to the bottom. And, you start fresh next season. I mean, coming from a sports fan who's seen a tank or two, it's not the worst thing to, see your team, grow and get and put the pieces in place right in front of you. I mean,
time will tell. Hopefully we lose out.
Yeah, I agree with what Marie said with that. And on top of that, Mal, yeah, it looks kind of gloomy on this end, but you're kind of getting an eye test to see how the team is right now. And it looked like they were all checked out. So cleaning house is definitely the best option, especially with where you want to go. And I think if you really need a good attitude adjustment, I think the next head coach should be Mike Vrabel, especially with his defensive mindset that really can shape something with the defense. And depending on what they do in placement, where I looked at the Tankathon, I think y'all might be at 1 or 2. And if the Raiders do decide to get a quarterback, it's a possibility, but there's an option to get a second quarterback. But if that's not even the case of a quarterback and you feel like you got something there, you got Travis Hunter there as well. So it's just a determination factor to see what the Giants are going to do. Quarterback is definitely the one that you're looking at, but you got to see what type of coach is going to come in. If it's going to be Dable, you might get that quarterback. But if it's someone else, they might go another direction. But quarterback is number one, but you definitely need to fix what's in house to really shape where you need to have this team go. But keep your head up, Mal, and just try to stay as positive when you can. And hopefully they're able to make the right decisions. It's out of your hands. It's out of the fans' hands. It's just you got to hope that there's a change of heart within the organization.
Facts.
And on that note, let's go ahead and go to Earl and the Cowboys. How about them Cowboys, Earl?
Well, I've seen them play complimentary ball this game and handle business on a team where you're supposed to handle business on. Even though we've been battling injuries, we still showed up to play. And I'm happy to see that the evaluation of the players that I'm looking at are really shining, and just seeing where the team isn't fully giving up on the coaches. And maybe that's a little light that's coming down the finish line that, yeah, you may not make the postseason, but as know that you gave it your all every single down and left blood, sweat, and tears out on the field. That's enough for me. The Cowboys played the Panthers and defeated the Panthers 30-14, where I saw the team decide to have a complete virtuoso, where it wasn't that much passing in this game. It was more of running. 40 attempts to be exact, over 211 yards. That's what got the team going overall, especially with having Cooper Rush at quarterback, where he honestly just had 29 passing attempts for 214 yards. He had 3 touchdowns. And yeah, when you have your backup quarterback backing up your starter, you really shouldn't have him passing the entire time. But to give confidence in him in a run game, that's going to be key. I'm going to start off with what went wrong. I think getting the ball out of Cooper Rush's hands is going to be the key that can really help this team, especially with the players and their confidence, where Cooper Rush, he has a tough time trying to handle the read option, where he fumbled the ball 3 times in this game. And I pretty much saw this game entirely because they were showing the Washington game and the Saints game, and just seeing him just not having good control with the football. You just got to take it out of his hands. Just hand it off to the running back. Another thing that went wrong, I think that was pretty much it for what went wrong. What went right in this game, Rico Dowdle. Rico had 25 carries for 149 yards. And the more and more he's getting better, I am so proud of this dude. I know he's been taking a lot of heat, especially with his health, and just given a chance to be the back that can handle the touches. And so far, for what I've seen from these last 3 games, he's been able to handle the touches and able to just push the pile forward. Where I had a feeling this offensive line was more of a run-based offensive line. Even when they had Dak, I felt if they ran the ball, this team would thrive. And being able to have Ezekiel Elliott, Kevontae Turpin, and even giving Cooper Rush a couple of run carries to get your total of 40 attempts, that was the main focal point. You ran the ball on a defense that really could not stop the run or handle it as well, and you took advantage of that. That's what you're supposed to do. Matchup nightmares in the best way. You got to play your game, and it's not a passing team with Dallas. It's a rushing team. And with them running the football, that gave me confidence because I know that they have the confidence to run the ball and to not mess around passing the ball. So I like what they did. That went right. Running the football. That's what you need to do. And 3 games left. I need to see more how this run game can improve. I'm going to shift over to the defense. The defense showed out, and I really hope Dallas can keep Mike Zimmer, because I feel like he's finally getting the grasp of everything given to him. And it took time, but I'm starting to see more and more players out there playing team ball instead of playing hero ball. And the more that I'm looking at how each player is playing, regardless of injuries, they're playing together as a team, and I like that. I know Micah Parsons is one where he's been getting his name in the headlines and news about potentially Dallas trading him. I'm just going to say this and clear the air. He's not going anywhere. He's going to be a Cowboy for life. He's going to wear that star on his helmet for the rest of his career, and he might as well get a Dallas Cowboy star on his body, tattoo it. So, yeah, I'm done with that. Now, situation on the other hand, Trayvon Diggs, he didn't play in this game. Right now, he is out for the season where he's having surgery on his knee where he had the ACL tear. Apparently, there's some cartilage damage, and right now they are currently trying to get that taken care of for him. The downside is he's going to be out for 8 months, which is cutting most of his time into the 2025 season. So I'm just to the point now. Yeah, it's one where I feel like they rushed him back before he needed to, and now they're mad at him. But a situation with the knee shouldn't be like rushed to whatever it needs to be. It needs to take time to heal. You got Bland recovering from his Lisfranc foot injury, and he's playing better. So, yeah, just give Diggs his time, let him rest so he can come back stronger. But that's all I got from this game. My player of the game, I'm going to give it to Maris Leofau for stepping in for Demo and handling that middle linebacker spot. He did a really good job, and I just want him to keep stacking good days. So kudos to the team on their win.
Look, I think you guys handled business against a team that everybody in this division. Oh, wait, so no, that's not true. Mal lost. Pretty much everybody in this division beat, and if they didn't beat him, it was a very close game. Look, you guys are playing really good football defensively right now. You guys are playing really great team defense, and your quarterback's not losing you the game. Your backup quarterback is not losing you the game. So, look, you guys are still in the wild card hunt. Technically,
I'm honestly not even worried about that right now.
I know you're not.
I'm just kind of evaluating the guys.
I know, but they're probably not. But there's a world where you guys could make the playoffs still. How would you feel if you guys did that?
Hey, it'll show their hard work on not giving up on the season. But
would you want Mike McCarthy back if they were able to pull that off?
Yeah, I've been getting a lot of questions about that. I'm going to try to balance this. I would want him back, but I want him to tweak some things to see what he's doing now so he doesn't make that mistake if they do re-sign him. I just don't want them to mess up the situation on the defensive side, getting a new defensive coordinator. I think Zimmer's doing his thing right now where with the time and getting some of these guys back, yeah, I would re-sign them back to a 2-year deal. If anything, I would give McCarthy another 1-year deal. But yeah, I think it's too late to try to change something now. I think Mike McCarthy's going to have to adapt to running the ball instead of passing the ball like crazy. But if he's unable to make that change, it's time for him to go.
That's a crazy 180 because I think we all agree that Mike McCarthy was one and done. So if he comes back, I'll be shocked.
I'll be shocked too.
I would not be shocked, especially with what was being told around Dallas, where if he gives up the play calling duties, no doubt in my mind. But if he's going to continue to try to air it out like a mad person, and I believe the Joneses meddled with him, I honestly believe he didn't get a fair shot this season to do his thing because there's so much meddling dealing with the Joneses. Out the jump, they started doing the soft rebuild, not really getting him the pieces he needs. So if they do bring him back, I can see with that first round pick, it'd be a receiver.
Fair enough. Any other thoughts, guys, before we move on?
It's done.
Yep.
Okay, let's go to Maurice and them Eagles. The battle for Pennsylvania. How'd that go, Maurice?
Yes, the Battle of Pennsylvania. We are, at least for the next 4 years, we are the state champions of Pennsylvania. Eagles win 27-13. Now, I don't think this game was close. Going into the game, I thought it would be a tough game because I think the Steelers' defense is really good. Now, the Steelers' defense was still pretty good. I mean, they held Saquon to 19 carries for 65 yards, no touchdowns. But I don't think Saquon was the main story here. The main story here was Jalen Hurts. Now, last week, and there's actually a soundbite on our social media you could check out of me saying that on offense, our one weakness is Jalen Hurts. Now, I stand by that because up until last week, he was our one weakness on offense. But with that and the little minor controversy with A.J. Brown, Jalen Hurts heard the chatter, and he showed up and showed out, and he reminded all of us that he's a good quarterback. He's a really good quarterback. He went 25 for 32, 290 yards, 2 touchdowns. Now, he did have a fumble, which, I mean, it's T.J. Watt. He's really good at that peanut punch. I give him credit for that. He's really good at that. But anyway, he had a fumble. But regardless of that, no interceptions. So I'll take it. Yeah, the offense was pretty much a passing offense this week. And that just goes to show you that this offense can beat you in multiple ways. If they focus on running and getting Saquon the ball, now I gave the Steelers credit. They're a great run defense. And I think they really focused on stopping Saquon. And that just gave Jalen Hurts the opportunity to air it out. A.J. Brown had 8 touches, 8 receptions for 110 yards and a touchdown. Devontae Smith had 11 receptions for 109 yards and 1 touchdown. The receivers 8 this week. Now, that just goes to show you, like I said, that we could beat you running, we could beat you passing. And by the way, we didn't have Dallas Goedert. So we got a couple different ways that we could beat you. And our defense is stout. So we can beat you in a defensive battle if need be. So I was really impressed with the Eagles' win. The Steelers' offense really didn't do much because they never really got the ball. The Eagles had the time of possession. The fourth quarter, the Eagles had the ball for 12 minutes, the last 11 minutes of the game. But the Steelers' defense just couldn't stop them going down the field, and they just salted the game away. Really good and impressive win, I'll say, for the Philadelphia Eagles. Defense, you only had 2 sacks, but we got enough pressure on Russell Wilson. Yeah, I mean, Jake Elliott is getting back to form. Our defense looked good. Not really much for me to complain about here. Yeah, Jalen Hurts is still a bad dude. And let's see him play like this for a couple more games and get that momentum going and rhythm going into the playoffs. And the sky's the limit for the Philadelphia Eagles. A franchise record 10 straight wins. We're rolling right now. We're 12-2. We're fighting for a number 1 seed in the NFC with the Lions. It's going to come down to one of our teams losing. But the Lions do have the tiebreaker. But as of right now, the Philadelphia Eagles are on a big roll right now, and it's going to be hard for any team to beat us if everything is clicking on our part. You guys got anything? Let me answer the question. Player of the game, I'm going to give it to Jalen Hurts. He shut a lot of the critics up. And yeah, I stand by what I said last week about Jalen. He was a weak link on our offense, but he easily turned that around in this game against the Steelers. And kudos to Jalen, because he has it in him to be a great passer. Maybe they need to focus more on passing. I don't know. When the playoffs come around and we're not worrying about Saquon, trying to break a rushing record, and maybe they do prioritize a little bit more passing, air it out a little bit more. Or maybe in the playoffs, maybe the best way to win a game is to grind it out and rush the football. We'll see. But I did notice that Saquon was a little dinged up in this game. I will mention that. He was a little dinged up, but he's fine. But with that said, what you guys got?
Yeah, what y'all did in this game, y'all took care of business when you needed to. And when you have the TOP, time of possession, yeah, you definitely win the game. One thing that I noticed from this is that health is going to be key for you guys, especially the rest of the season going into the postseason. Mm-hmm. I'm seeing Detroit, some of their guys are dropping like flies, and Montgomery is pretty much out for the season with his injury, and that's a big blow to their offense. They only got Sonic. They only got Sonic right now. They don't have Knuckles. But overall, between you guys and the Lions, I think y'all are more of the healthier team. So, yeah, if y'all can keep this reeling and stuff, the defense playing stout, I give that to y'all. And then the offense you can pick your poison, run the ball or pass it. Just keep it consistent. And, yeah, Jalen, he's just got to continue to throw the ball when needed to. But if y'all are running the ball and grinding out games, y'all got a double-edged sword right now. So, yeah, good job to y'all.
Yeah, look, I think your offense can do pretty much win however way it needs to win when your guys are locked in. I'm not worried about the noise between Jaden and AJ. I think that's fake news. But I'm pretty sure we play each other this week, so I don't.
Spit it out, Lucas.
Raise hell. Raise hell. That's what I'm going to say. Raise
hell. Hey, Lucas, you know what would be crazy? How Saquon broke those runs in the first game. What if AJ and Smitty just go crazy on y'all?
Well, that would be really bad considering that Marshawn just came back and he locked down half the field. So, I'd be very.
Well, he's gonna have to figure out who he gonna guard, Smitty or AJ.
It's probably gonna be AJ.
That's a big upgrade from whoever the Saints receivers are.
Look, I'm okay with him covering AJ, and
you are.
Versus
you sure?
If it's between Lattimore or Samuel, I'll give Lattimore AJ, and I'll give
Samuel Smitty.
Yeah, because they basically transitioned Samuel completely to the outside now.
Is Goddard coming back?
He will be ready for the playoffs.
Oh, okay.
But our backup Calcaterra is actually looking pretty well.
Yeah, he's looking pretty good. We gotta see. We're gonna be. We might be without Ertz because he got a concussion in the game last week. So we might be without him.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, these injuries this year have been no joke.
No joke. I mean, that's what's going to derail the Lions in the playoffs. It's going to be their injuries.
That's a
especially
shame.
Defense. Yeah.
It's whoever's the healthier team going to the postseason got the edge. To be honest with you,
agreed.
It don't even matter with the seeding.
Because if you can't stay healthy,
the number one seed in the playoffs is so important because of the bye and home field throughout. So we're definitely going to be playing for it.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But honestly, part of me thinks it's going to be the Vikings.
They might sneak a minute. They played the Lions the last week of the season, so they can sneak in there.
They could. Look, I think the Vikings are no joke. They benched, they got Kirk Cousins benched for next week.
The Falcons?
Mhm.
That's the
Yeah.
Falcons.
Yeah, no. They played the Falcons, and they make Kirk look so bad that he's not going to play next week he's not going to start.
The
I
Raiders
don't know if
played
you
the
guys saw that.
Falcons.
Yeah.
Okay,
The Raiders
all
played
right.
the Falcons. Yeah. By the way, also, Maurice, shout out to Mike Vick getting the head coaching job at Norfolk State, the little brother of, Hampton Roads colleges. But,
yeah, shout out to him being the coach of his hometown.
oh, yeah, very happy for him.
I'm happy about that. I actually got a chance to meet Vic when I was younger because he actually is in my hometown neighborhood. So, yeah, I definitely might catch some of the games.
Fair.
Yep.
True. Yeah, let's get into some. I think we're in the poll question portion of the pod now.
Mailbag.
Sorry,
You've done
mailbag.
this
Yeah.
for too long, Lucas, for you to forget.
Oh my God.
I had to be from work from 7 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. Okay, I
All
don't.
And Lucas,
want
I
to
get
hear
it. If you can do a 5 a.m. to 11 p.m., holler back at me.
Hey, look, I woke up at 5:30, so
I worked
closed.
18 and a half hours, bro.
Look.
Challenge me.
Nobody wanted that election energy, okay? And you didn't come on the pod afterwards, so I did.
If I could, I would have, bro. I needed to take my mind off that.
I bet you did. Anyway, let's get to the mailbag. Maurice, we got 2 mailbag questions again this week. Shout out to our regulars now, right?
Actually, we have 3.
3? Oh, we got a third one.
Okay,
who's the third one? I didn't see the third one.
We got 2 for Twitter and 1 for Facebook.
Oh, I didn't see the second Twitter one. Okay.
Oh, turn up.
Yeah, and it's a friend of ours. I'll say that. So let's start with the Facebook one. Shout out John DeLine. Let me say it right.
John DeLines, yeah, I think that's how he's been an avid follower of ours. John, if you're listening, we appreciate you.
Okay.
Salute,
John. I always want to say DeLoines for some reason. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it's DeLines.
Yeah,
I mean,
DeLines.
if it's DeLoines, then
Pardon us.
it is what it is.
All right. So his question is directed towards me, I guess. Why are some Eagles fans so pessimistic? The team can be undefeated and they'll criticize a star player or coach. It's seriously annoying.
Yeah, that happens.
That's just the city of Philadelphia.
Let me finish the question.
Yeah.
It's seriously annoying, and I have been an Eagles fan since the 80s. Now listen, Lucas can kind of understand what I'm saying because he's a Sixers fan.
Mm-hmm.
We don't win a lot here.
No, we don't.
have a lot more heartbreak than actual celebrations. So when we do have something to celebrate, we can be over the top. Now, I will say this. Living in Philadelphia my whole life, the sports fans here are crazy. We have like multiple sports talk radio shows where people just say the most outrageous, outlandish things, irrational things. Let me tell you this. If the Eagles are good, we love them. If the Sixers, Flyers, and Phillies are good, we're going to love them. If they stink, of course we're going to crap on them. I mean, that's just the way it is. So, when the Eagles have a controversy like we did last week, where basically a reporter asks AJ a question, he answers it a certain way, and then boom, it goes from there, it goes from Twitter, it goes to Sports Talk Radio, the networks pick it up, we talk about it. Of course it's going to get blown up. But we don't know what happens in the locker room. We don't. And A.J. Brown, and in this case, A.J. Brown and Jalen Hurts have been friends before they've been in the NFL together. So they've been friends for a while. So I think if they're cool, we're cool. It's a nothing burger. We should just move on.
Yeah, I think that particular situation was overblown. But yeah, no, as a Philly fan, as a Sixers fan, I can rightfully say that
we
anything that can
Embiid.
go wrong will go wrong.
We criticize Joel Embiid. We criticize Bryce Harper. We criticize whoever's a star on the
We're going to
Flyers.
start criticizing Tyrese Maxey before we know it.
Yeah, we're going to criticize the superstars when they mess up. I mean, it is what it is. All right, let's move on. Question number 2. This is another Eagles question. Shout out to our other podcast that me and Lucas does, NBA Now and Then, the greatest comparisons.
Oh, that's right. We did get a question from that, didn't we?
Yeah. Are the Eagles better than Detroit right now? We kind of talked about this earlier. Yeah, Lucas kind of like answered that one. Detroit has a lot of injuries right now, yeah. I mean, so they're limping to the finish line, and it's going to be the battle of nutrition when it comes to who's the best team.
Did you just say the battle of nutrition?
The battle of nutrition. A battle of nutrition? Did I say nutrition?
It's not nutrition. Nutrition is like attrition, you mean.
Attrition. Battle of attrition. Yeah. That's what I said.
Okay.
Nutrition?
Yeah,
I think that's that Philly accent that I'm hearing, or either that I need to go get my ears checked.
Well, we'll hear it.
I need to open up your ears.
we'll hear it on the record.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah, we answered that one. Ed Hellinski. Shout out, Ed. Salute. This one's for Giants. Will Brian Dable and Mike...
The only positive thing Mal gets to look forward to. Dang.
Will Brian Dable and Mike McCarthy, kind of answer this one too, and Mike McCarthy be fired after the season? He said something else, but I think it was an error. Or will assistants be sacrificed instead?
Kind of like the scapegoat.
Yeah.
So see, this is where I don't know, because I feel like if Mara was going to do it, he would have done it already. I got a bad
how often
feeling.
Do the Giants fire within season?
Yeah, but I just got a bad feeling that he's going to bring them both back. Makes me kind of nauseous, but we'll see. Maybe the fans will put enough pressure on him. I mean, we got the plane, so whoever's paying for the plane, that can't be feeling good for Mara. So I'm gonna go with I think he will be fired. No matter what, every OCDC they're going. That's not even a question. It's just a matter of if Dable is gonna go.
So we know who's not doing it is Malik Neighbors, according to him.
I think whoever says they didn't pay for the plane paid for the plane.
You know, I was gonna say, you know what would be the ultimate troll move? If Daniel Jones was paying for the plane.
If Daniel paid for the plane, he's got respect in my book. Salute, brother.
I think it was Dexter Lawrence.
Maybe Dexter Lawrence. I just got to know who paid for the plane. Apparently, it was some business guy, but everyone's going to claim they paid for the plane. I think it was in house.
You think it's in house?
I think it's in house.
You think it's a player, or do you think it's like a assistant man, like some type of equipment manager or something?
Oh no, I think it's definitely in a player's camp. I just don't know.
What if John Mayer is actually doing it just to troll the fans?
Honestly,
so he's gonna pull a Vince McMahon. Okay,
he could. It's New Jersey / New York. Anything could happen, right?
True.
All right, we can move on.
Okay, I'm sorry. This is a fun what if. Okay, but let's keep on going.
I think it's
my time.
That time.
Yeah, sir.
Mm-hmm. It's that time. Before that time, I realized I missed out on a stat, but I definitely want to give this shout out to one of my fellow Dallas Cowboy players, CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb ended up going with 9 receptions for 116 yards, where he eclipsed another 1,000-yard season. So that makes 4 straight 1,000-yard seasons. Could have had one his rookie year, but that didn't work out. But I want to give congrats to CD on hitting that mark, and got a little nugget stat here. He needs 22 receptions over the next final 3 games to break the record for most receptions in a player's first 5 seasons. The record currently is held by Saints receiver Michael Thomas.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Isn't he one of only 3 Cowboys players to ever get 4 consecutive seasons of 1,000 yards?
Yes, I believe it was Michael Irvin, and I think Dez might have did it as well.
Actually, no, I think it was just Irving. I think he's the second one to ever do it.
So
Irvin, that's a good tandem.
So for the record, Earl, he can keep 88.
Yes, he's earned it.
Okay. That's that.
That man is playing. That man has been playing with a bum shoulder for the last 8 weeks. And he's like, look, that shoulder is not going to stop me from playing. When I see a player, regardless of injury, try to be there for the team, yeah, you got my respect for that. I got to give him credit on that.
I will say this, just watching from afar. The two superstar players that you will want to step up and be leaders and show that even in a losing season, they still want to go out there with effort and play with pride. It's CeeDee Lamb and Micah Parsons.
You are absolutely right, Maurice. And you know it's kind of funny. They did a podcast. I'm going to say this and I'm done with the Dallas stuff. They did a podcast after that loss to Green Bay and where I did that rant. Yeah, they said they wanted to be better leaders. And I think it's showing, regardless of how the record is during the season, they're actually holding up to their word on that. And hopefully it continues to grow from here on out.
Fair enough. But let's go ahead and get to Earl's favorite time.
It's
peanut
time.
Butter jelly. Sorry. I was going to say it's peanut butter jelly time.
With a baseball bat?
Yes.
It's time for Who's That Football Player? It was crazy.
I love the switch up we get each week.
This football player played with the Washington Football Wizards.
Washington Redskins.
Redskins, Football Wizards. Tomato, tomato. In the 1983 season, this player had 78 receptions for 1,225 yards, 8 touchdowns, 4 carries for 53 yards. His career awards is a 2-time Pro Bowler, All-Rookie Team, and a 1-time Super Bowl champ. Guys and gal, not Lucas, Maurice, and Mal. Who's that football player?
Well, 1978. I'm not
83.
83.
Oh, 83. Okay. 83. I'm not really familiar with that was a championship year, Super Bowl year, right?
They had a championship around that time.
Yeah, I believe it was that year. Hang on, I'm double checking.
I know Riggins was on the team as well.
I don't want to misspeak here, so let me just double check to make sure. 83 was, in fact, the Redskins, yes.
Yeah, so there's not many people I even know from that team.
Me either. I know Art Monk was on the team.
I know Art Monk was on the team. Riggins, Theismann. Was that Theismann or Doug Williams? I'm not sure. I think it was Theismann. Theismann, okay.
Yeah.
Charlie Brown.
Oh, I forgot about that.
I'm going to go with him.
Charlie Brown. I'm going to go Charlie Brown.
Mal, are you also going Charlie Brown?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
That is the correct answer. It was Charlie Brown.
Woo! Teamwork.
Teamwork. That is crazy, bro. Okay.
Were you going to say Charlie Brown?
To the left. Take it back now, y'all.
Now, see, no, because it's Christmas. Lucas is this time of year. I knew he was gonna go Charlie Brown.
Look, my daughter my daughter loves Charlie Brown. She asks for it every time we get home or first thing in the morning if we're not going to school. So yes,
that's crazy. He ain't even want to ask me. It's
Earl,
okay.
were you going to say you were going to say Charlie?
I was going to say Charlie Brown.
Asking if you already going to know it? You got most of these right, so why even bother asking if you already know?
I host this, sir. You got to at least
the host gets the answer.
Does the host get the answer?
Hey, if you don't want me to answer, I'll stop doing it.
Do the host answer on Jeopardy?
Ooh.
Rest in peace, Alex Trebek.
Rest in peace, R.I.P.
Yeah.
We'll discuss. This is an off the air question that needs to be answered. That being
apparently
said,
I'm a juggernaut.
I can't say what I wanted to say, but I was thinking of the line that the Juggernaut said in X-Men 3. That being said, I believe we are on trivia now. No, we're on poll questions. Mal, actually, there are 2 Cowboys poll questions, I believe.
Yeah, we got 2. So
Interesting.
So the first one was, should Mike McCarthy be the Dallas Cowboys head coach next season? We answered this one. 100% of people said no. That's hysterical.
Damn.
So, yeah,
no love.
No
yeah,
love.
It's bad.
No, it's bad.
In most fans' eyes, he's cooked. But
yeah,
I don't know,
cooked.
man. With how the Joneses move, they might bring him back.
I hear that.
I actually found out this thing, and I thought it was very funny but sad and wrong at the same time. They were like, we had the Garrett era. Now we have the Fat Garrett era.
Dang.
I'm dead, bro.
Dang. Body
Yeah.
shaming to the extreme
cool.
here.
Yeah, it's an evil world we live in.
Yo. Okay. Anyway.
What's the next poll question, Mal?
Yeah.
And so the next poll question is, will the Dallas Cowboys trade linebacker defensive edge Micah Parsons this offseason? 59% of people said no. So, I agree. I don't think they'll trade.
Let me make a phone call to Howie Roseman.
That's not
It
happening.
ain't happening, bro.
Let me call
That is not
Chef
happening.
Peters. Let me call Chef Peters.
That is definitely not happening. Look, if I need to take a trip,
reunite him
look,
with
if
DQ.
I need to take a trip to Dallas my first time in order to make sure Micah stays, I will do that.
If
Okay.
Micah Parsons gets traded to the Commanders, you have to buy a Commanders Parsons jersey.
I will not.
Ooh,
I will not.
Ooh.
I'll buy it for you.
I
Yes,
won't
mine.
wear it.
Then send it to me. I'll wear it.
I will go visit Lucas and drop kick him with the uniform. I'm like, don't you put that on?
I'll do it. I'll
I
do
know
it.
you
Make it my
would.
profile picture on Twitter.
Man, look,
I'm tickled about this one. That's the best
I
idea
know-
that Maurice
I
you
know
probably have ever
Mm.
had. I love it. Not
Yeah,
to
he's
downplay
gonna
your
be-
other
he's gonna be
ideas,
a
but I
Cowboy
just
for
love
life,
that.
so, yeah, I'm not sweating it.
Okay.
I'm more
Well, that-
concerned about Diggs, though. They actually might cut him.
Yeah, they might.
Ooh, that's
okay.
actually interesting because you guys could be projected to draft Hunter, and they have him as a cornerback more so than a receiver.
Hunter's going
He's
third
not-
overall.
He's going at least one of the top three.
Yeah, he's a top 3 pick. He's not dropping that far. You guys
It'd
are probably
be
going to
funny.
get
It'd be
Jets.
funny if the Giants draft him.
Where are you
Yo,
sliding
what if
at
they
right
don't
now?
draft a quarterback and go Travis Hunter? I would be dead.
Where are you
I
sliding
wouldn't
at
doubt
right
it.
now? The
It-
Cowboys are what
If
pick?
Joe Shane's in charge, I would not.
Dallas
put it
is
past
around
him.
like 14 right now. There is no way he's falling. Ain't
Oh,
no
wow.
way.
Yeah,
Okay.
you guys are getting that running back from Boise State.
Genty? Okay.
Yeah,
If they get Genty, I honestly want Jalen Walker from Georgia because I know that Demarion Overshown is going to be out most of the next season. He's a
Mhm.
linebacker. He could do pass rush and stuff.
I don't
Like,
know.
I'm trying to get stronger on
I
defense.
don't even know if you go for running back. Honestly, you might just want to build up both lines because they're both pretty depleted at
Lucas,
this
I'm
point.
tired of these lineman picks. Y'all get shiny new toys. Why can't I?
Because your shiny new toys won't get the best quarterback play if you can't protect him.
True.
They can protect.
Mm,
I mean,
he's out
look
for the
over-
season, dude.
Hey, he tore that hamstring on his own, but the
Okay.
quarterback play. Look, that quarterback play.
That makes it sound worse.
Well, what you want me to say? He did a throwing motion, and it was done. Like, I can't defend it. I saw it in real time.
You can't.
But
Okay.
I can tell you the line handled business against your team.
Okay. We'll see what happens in a couple weeks. Okay. In the meantime, let's go to trivia. Here. So the trivia question was a Giants trivia question. So this was prior to the game against the Ravens. And I don't know how many sacks Tommy DeVito took in that game. How many sacks did he take? He took
Jeez.
2. Okay. Does that change the result of the question? I don't think it does.
Oh, also,
No, it
y'all, real
doesn't.
quick, I just want to say Evan Neal been looking pretty solid recently. I'm shocked.
Is that what we're hanging our hats on now, Mal?
Brother,
Evan Neal.
I can't even give him flack.
Okay.
Like you got to give him, you got to give credit where it's due. If he's playing better,
he's looking good on the tape. That's all I'm saying.
Is he playing left tackle or is he playing something else?
Yeah, he's playing right tackle.
Okay.
I mean, sorry.
Okay. Right tackle.
Hey, he's making a case.
Yeah, he's vibing.
Okay.
That's good.
For him.
The little things. The little things.
Anyway, let's get back to the trivia. So
you're good.
So the question was, where does Tommy DeVito's 41, now 43 career sacks this taken rank in New York Giants franchise history?
Yo, probably second.
Is he in the second season?
This is his second season, and it was 41 time of the question. It's 43. It doesn't change the answer to the question, though.
Where does it rank?
Yeah, all time.
In Giants or the NFL?
Giants franchise history.
Ooh. I
will tell you right now, it is not in the top 3. The top 3 is Phil Simms, Eli, and Daniel Jones.
4.
I'm gonna say 4, but I think it might be 5.
Okay, Maurice.
5.
Wow, you guys have no look. It's a lot. Look, you guys have a lot quarter. Look, we don't even get into the double digits. We started out in the triple digits until like number 7th on the list with Craig Morton.
Okay.
Yeah, Daniel Jones in only 6 seasons?
Yeah.
He has 208 sacks.
Wow, that's crazy.
Wow. No.
Dang.
Tommy DeVito is 16th with 43.
Okay.
Behind Gary
in that
Wood.
case, yeah, the Giants, and honestly, the Giants could get a quarterback. Mal, do you have faith that they can protect this quarterback who you might draft?
No, brother.
Nope. Eli on his career.
Hypothetically, his rookie season into his second season, he may have over 100 sacks.
I don't listen, dude. Listen, Tommy DeVito ran into a lot of his own sacks too. That was not all that was on the offensive line.
He has 43, and what is it? How many career starts here? We have 8 career starts.
Yeah, he runs into a lot of his own problems.
Well, I'll say this.
He just wanted to say hello, hi.
Look no further than the Commanders. They had a trash offensive line last season, too. They turned it around really fast.
Yeah, we hired your old offensive line coach, so clearly that wasn't the issue.
It's just the confidence of the players, though. If you have the confidence, yeah, you can overcome things.
I will say this. Our offensive line looked pretty shaky last week without Tyler Biadasz. I think it really does, like, if you have a really good center, which Tyler Biadasz, I know you're not the biggest fan, Earl, but, like, he's better than most. So,
look, I'm gonna give him.
He might be a Pro Bowler this year. He might be.
Lucas, I'm gonna give him his credit. He really he has a really good high IQ at the center spot.
Yeah.
But if he goes up to someone inferior, like for say Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter, and give a better improved Mozzie Smith, someone that's a little bigger than him, Dexter Lawrence, yeah, he's gonna get defeated from time to time. But as long as he can keep the quarterback clean, that's what matters, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's that. I feel like him moving on opened up a lot for Dallas. I'm cool with Cooper Beebe. So
okay. But yeah, look, I think center is probably. I think you really got to start, like, you guys worry about the tackles. Get the person that's getting the offensive line in place, calling the coverages. Get that squared away first, and then build it out from the inside out of the line.
I'm aware of the whole situation.
I'm not saying that for you. I'm sure Mal knows that too, but I'm just saying. I'm saying it for the fans, okay?
Facts.
Saying it for the fans.
He a fan.
We're all fans. That's the point of the podcast. We're given fan opinions on our teams in the NFC East. Our mission statement is we are an NFC East podcast giving fan opinions about our favorite teams.
Right on.
And that means in happiness in times and saddest of times, we are still there.
Right, Mal?
Correct.
We in this together.
Okay. Maurice, how about we do week 16?
Week 16 matchups. Giants versus Falcons. Is there any chance of Giants win this? Or do you want the Giants to win now?
Michael Penix making his first start.
No,
Yes.
they need to lose everything. Because if we win one
Oh,
more,
right.
we go to like number 7. So that can't happen. So no, lose.
Well, but like, wouldn't you?
I think y'all
be
are a
sad
little
if
closer
you
to the
guys-
top, though.
Yeah. Look, don't you?
Yeah, you are.
Like, wouldn't you be mad if, like, you had the chance to draft Penix?
No, I don't care.
You don't care.
No, I don't care. Not about
Let's
that.
see what Penix does. I mean,
Yeah.
he is going up against the Giants secondary, so he might
Okay.
have a good game.
Okay.
He's going to have a great game. He's going to have a great time. Career game.
It's gonna be a great time. It's gonna be
Yeah.
a good
Well,
time.
he's
okay?
gonna be playing like as if he playing EA College Football 25.
Michael
It's about
Penix
to
is gonna be like,
about to be
I'm gonna
great.
make a name for myself.
grand.
Rookie
Ooh,
mode.
he about to make a name for himself here.
Absolutely.
Mal is gonna remember this day.
I will remember this day.
All right.
All right.
Big NFC East matchup. Commanders, Eagles at Washington, by the way. Lucas, are you confident you can beat our team? Can you end the streak?
Let me just say, raise hell, and it is what it is after that. Raise hell.
Maurice, can I say something?
That's not a confident statement, but all right, go ahead. Earl.
I am supporting my team.
Okay, I'm gonna say this. Lucas, ain't nothing changed but the date on the calendar.
I tend to disagree. We have Marshawn Lattimore now, and Jaden Daniels
And
is
you
in
think
nursing.
that's gonna be enough?
Well, I think Jaden Daniels also, not nursing a rib injury could help too.
That
Plus
man
home-
got hit
plus-
like a cartoon in the first matchup.
Plus home field advantage. Real
All
thing.
right.
Can you consider that home?
Yeah,
Oh.
dude, we've been playing great at home this year.
Okay.
All right, well, I'm confident in my birds. Divisional matchup, so it's going to be a little tough. But we're flying high right now. We're soaring like eagles. So there
We're
you go.
soaring
Fly like an eagle.
We're flying for
Go
those two,
birds.
for
All right, and
those.
finally, Cowboys Buccaneers.
It's a Sunday night game. It's in Dallas. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
We will see what happens, but Baker Mayfield, for whatever reason, plays well against NFC East teams. I don't know why.
Baker Mayfield. Okay, can we just pause for a second here and just talk about how there are quarterbacks that are resurrecting their careers after having a terrible first run of it? We talked
It's
about
nice
Sam
when you have a
Darnold.
good offensive coordinator to help out your quarterback. It's
It
nice,
is.
ain't it?
It is nice. It is nice. Look, Sam Darnold, Baker Mayfield are just two of the more recent examples here.
It's amazing when you have a run game too, right?
Yeah. I
Yeah,
can't.
yeah.
Okay.
And you got a top receiver too. Yeah.
Mike Evans is going to go down as one of the most underrated wide receivers in NFL history. Just
First ballot Hall of Famer. Yeah.
absolutely. Anyway, sorry, Maurice. Continue.
All right, so with that said, let's get out of here. And we want to thank everyone for listening to this episode. This is episode 74, right?
Yes, 74. We're almost at the 3/4 century mark.
Yeah, 74 episodes. Wow. I want to thank everybody for listening to this episode. And make sure to subscribe to the podcast on all the streaming platforms: Spotify, Apple Music, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, and on YouTube as well, where we post our full episodes audio on YouTube. So give that video a like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also, make sure to follow us on X, Instagram, and Facebook at 13_Reigns Podcast. Until next week, have a good day.
See ya.
Bye, y'all.
Love y'all to pixels. Blessings.